I feel quietly confident that the reason the government won't admit that I've been surgically raped and allow me to address it is because the people who are actually involved in the surgical rape have become a victim of their own activities. It's like the Stockholm syndrome in reverse. They've become so attached to me, they're psychologically locked in and can't let go. The politicians in control of our government have overlooked the fact that they're supposed to represent me in Parliament. I'm supposed to be an Australian citizen with a full array of rights that allows me to say what does and doesn't stay inside or go into my body and stay inside it. They've overlooked the fact that I own me, they don't own me. And they've overlooked the fact that automatically their law enforcement personnel should be taking control and investigating these series of crimes, not attacking me for complaining about these series of political crimes. And the longer it is that I have to wait to get the matter into court civilly or prosecute criminally myself, the higher chance that I'll get a larger payout. It goes without saying, although sometimes it needs to be said, that the longer a stupidity such as this continues, the considerably more embarrassment will fall on the heads of the parliaments and the people elected in the parliaments and their political parties and Australia as a country. Basically, Australia at the moment looks like a pack of sadistic idiots. This little elementary bicycle rack I erected yesterday, cutting this piece of timber in two with a handsaw. I drilled about 20 screw holes with a hand drill driver. I elongated about 16 holes on 4 brackets, also with the drill driver, a hand drill driver. And today I wake up, that's all I did, and today I wake up and both my hands are swollen from the illegal implants that the government have inserted inside me from head to toe and refuse to acknowledge that they've inserted inside me, refuse to acknowledge that anyone has inserted them inside me, and say that I'm delusional. Well, my delusions cause physical injuries. And when I present to doctors with these physical injuries, their response is to say, "Oh, you've done that to yourself." Use a handsaw and a drill driver. Today, I wake up, both my hands are swollen, both of them swollen, painfully swollen, both with pins and needles, up my arms, because my arms get swollen too because there's implants in my muscles up my arms. So my arms are impacted as well. It feels like I've been punched in the arm. And that's what the illegal implants do to me on a day-to-day basis. They cause incredible pain in my hands, in my arms, all over. They cause excess heat. They raise my core body temperature, like from nothing to immediately, and it's not menopause because there's physical vibrations that are associated with it. They cause the intake of air in my diaphragm, and the intake of air causes the vibrations in my abdomen, and that in turn increases my core body temperature, and my temperature skyrockets immediately. And I have to throw off clothes, and if I'm asleep I have to throw off bed clothes immediately, or else I feel like I'm going to overheat. It causes all my skin to dry out painfully, so that they regularly split. You'll see the effects of my skin splitting spontaneously. I think that's a bit of an old split, and there's something embedded in it because the skin's so dry. The outer dry skin gets so dry that it literally splits spontaneously when I'm using my hands. I've been to doctors and they refused to treat me, called me a liar, told me I've been doing something myself with my hands to make them so dry. If you look in the centre of the screen, you'll see the implant cable. I'll use an arrow to point it out. If you follow the length in a horizontal line in relationship to the video, you'll see evidence of the cable. Along the line, you'll see if I move around, the cable might disappear a little bit, but there you see it pop up again. There's one in the same location on my other wrist as well. Very fine cable. I feel very sharp electrical sparks along the length of the cable. If you examine the skin, you can see the skin burns along the length of the cable. The skin burns are like microwave burns, like if you put an orange in a microwave oven, you get a circular indented burn. That's what it's like on your own skin. And so I feel these sparks down my skin, and spontaneously when I'm asleep and when I'm sitting watching TV, I feel these two fingers move without my brain's instructions. They just move spontaneously, as if that's part of the illegal implant experiment to see if they can move my fingers. And so that's what I have to put up with. I go to the government and they say they can't see these things. It's not in their concepts of reality to be able to understand